What to do when a woman cheats? Whenever it comes to cheating, most people say the same thing right away. People cheat. Men are fools. It's men who ruin relationships. But there is a truth. Society doesn't like to talk about it. And that's the truth. Women are also deceived. And when a woman cheats, so the psychological reasons behind it are often completely different from men. It's not about blaming anyone. This is not an attempt to demean any gender. It's just an attempt to understand. What happens then? A woman who has everything: a house, a husband, a stable life, and yet she's attracted to someone else. The truth is a little uncomfortable, because it forces us to question those things, which we have come to believe to be the truth of relationships. If you really want to understand relationships, and that's why this story needs to be told. First of all, let's understand the hard truth. A woman who truly loves her man, and I respect him, she doesn't cheat easily. But in relationships, one thing often starts to slowly fade away: an emotional connection. At the beginning, everything is different. The man praises him. Listen to him carefully. He makes her happy with small things. But with time, everything seems to be changing. He's getting busy. It becomes comfortable. I love you becomes a habit, not a feeling. The dates are forgotten. Small joys are lost. He is at home, but it's emotionally absent. That's where the problem begins. The heart of a woman. It's like fire. If that fire doesn't get fuel consistently, and so he begins to understand. And when he gets it, so there's another person, it can be burned again. Sometimes it's not love. It is born of pain. When a woman finds out that her partner cheated on her, so something inside it breaks. Some women leave the relationship, but some choose a way to change. It's not love, and it's not attractive. It's just a psychological reaction. You hurt me, now I'll make you feel the same pain. But the relationship has changed. They often do more damage, because emotions are fake at the beginning of revenge. But over time they can become real. And then things get a little more complicated. Sometimes the story is more complicated than that. Some women get married in this way. They didn't choose it themselves. The pressure of family, the community's expectations, or the circumstances bring them into a relationship where his heart had never been. But the heart cannot be ordered. The heart stays there, where it was previously connected. Years later, if the same person suddenly appears again, a message, a call, an old memory, so that incomplete story can come alive again. And then in front of a woman, the most difficult question is, I'm going to save your life. That's what I did. Or, choose the feeling that has always been true. Men and women often cheat for different reasons. Cheating on a lot of men. It is often associated with physical attraction. But women, the story is often emotional at first. She starts talking to someone, and then he begins to understand. And then he hears her. Like maybe his partner doesn't listen anymore. Slowly, it becomes an emotional connection. And often, the physical relationship comes later. That's why women's often considered more dangerous for the relationship, because it involves the heart. There's another reason: recognition. Many women in marriage and family, they gradually lose their identity. She becomes someone's wife. She becomes someone's mother. But one day they realize they don't see him as a person. And then, suddenly, a man, he praises them. He says, "You look so good. You're very smart. I like talking to you." And the little thing, sometimes it opens an emotional door Today's time is different. Social media. The world of relationships has changed. The old love? A message is far away. Unknown persons. Some are just a few clicks away. Now there's a person. Sitting at home. Many emotional relationships can be formed. And that's why. That's emotional cheating today. It's more common than ever. If the distance in a relationship is increasing, and then some signs start to show, such as things to be reduced, suddenly more personal, hiding the phone, your criticism will increase, or even in the presence of you, feeling of emotional distance. All this does not always mean deception, but these are the signs. That relationship is weakening. Finally, one thing is clear. Betrayal is always an option, no matter how difficult the circumstances. But everyone has choices. To talk, improving relationships, or to be separated from honesty. But the deception, it's always the most destructive way, because it doesn't just break two people. It destroys trust, breaking up the family, and many times, and the future of our children.